team practice for a short time. But here he is, back in the Rift, going to be playing here with his new team, Curse. And here we go.
Touch again on this Morgana versus Leona matchup. Especially with the nerf of Doran Shield that happened in the 4.3 patch. Doran Shield losing 20 health and going from 10 HP 5 to 6. Getting to see those support items again. Also a big change to Spell Thief's Edge and why it is so good on Morgana. Basically, if she lands her Tormented Soil on someone, since it ticks every half second and gets 1 auto attack off, if they're on it for a half second, she'll get 2 ticks of Tormented Soil and 1 auto, and that'll give her all 3 of the Spell Thief's Edge procs. Every time that happens, it's going to be 10 damage and 5 gold that she's going to receive, and when the upgrade, it's even more. It's all the rage. People are building this all the time on Morgana, and it's really enabling a lot of new powerful things.
I want to see support Brand. Heard someone talking about
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Support Brand is absolutely going to be a thing. He can build Spell Thieves, and it ticks off of his passive. So if he lands 1 spell every 30 seconds, he's getting full efficiency from that item.
It's going to be wonderful to look for. Let's see what these guys can do. With the lineups on the screen right now, mirror builds for the most part, except Benny starting out with a Doran's Blade, and Quas, I guess, partially off the nerfs, going Cloth 5 for his opener.
Yeah.
But if you're getting spotted out, 5 gold for Sheep. Started out early.
Good job.
Yeah.
Big lead.
Big lead. That did 10 bonus damage, too.
He's also gained 4 gold from his passive. 2 gold per 10. One thing to note as well, all the support items got changed even a little bit. The Relic Shield as well has much less HP 5, but as you level up, the item will heal a little bit more on the active hits when they last hit. So Leona actually going to be able to give a bit of sustain as long as he can get those last hits off, but that's a tough binding to take.
Already the early damage coming out. Bunny Fever down to half HP. He will regain 40 health to himself and his teammate on last hits, but Sheep not allowing this. Look how aggressive Sheep is playing, pushing him away. Cop's going to dodge that. Thankfully playing Officer Caitlyn. I'd be sad if he weren't.
And one of the big things we mentioned about these team compositions is how heavily XDG wants to push in the early game and gain control of the lanes. That is also to work better with Xsmithy's jungle Lee Sin. Lee Sin, more than any jungler, loves to invade at levels 1 and 2. He's actually going to try and cut off I Will Dominate as he runs to his blue buff and maybe get a kill. That's why you can see ManCloud already coming around from the mid lane to try and catch I Will Dominate or kill him at his blue.
There we go, Dominate likely starting Q and W. There we go, gonna watch into a Lee Sin. There's a slow coming across as well, lands the Q. There's the E coming across, Dominate into 100 health, that's a flash away. And down he goes, EW, actually I believe the skill order.
There wasn't anything Dominate could have done aside from not do his blue or more proactively ward it out. His lanes were pushed back, they could not support him, Renekton roamed down, and it's just a smart jungle move by XDG and Xsmithy.
So well played, flash gone, blue buff going to be controlled as well. Voyboy and ManCloud in a trade, half HP on both these guys, using their passives to amplify their auto attacks for the trades here. Both guys losing some health, chugging potions. Voy already out of potions here at the very start of the game.
Yeah, it starts with the Doran's Ring as well. ManCloud having to run out of mana, but this is the interesting thing about the buff steal. It can actually give ManCloud a blue buff right at the start of the game, and that could potentially swing him over the top on the Lulu matchup. And Lulu should beat Orianna, but not if Orianna has blue.
Oh man, this is going to be pretty rough then for Voyboy. Already a small deficit there. He's brought it back to 20 minutes to 20, but ManCloud level 4 early on in the game before 4 minutes, and wearing the blue buff. We check now towards the top lane. Benny and Quas in a battle right now. Actually going slightly in the favor of Quas. So he's getting pushed in. He's killing minions very successfully. It's 25 to 21 early on in the game.
Yeah, so still just farming out. I think the effect of the blue buff that was stolen is going to be seen shortly. At the start of the game, you don't necessarily see gold leads this big, but you can definitely dictate and see the way the lanes are going, and that can dictate future pressure. And at the moment, XGG has the upper hand in every lane, and usually soon enough, unless something big changes, that will mean much more gold later.
And here we go. Just these 80 carries trading their waves back and forth. We'll see if XDG can capitalize any more on their pushing lanes. Smithy looks towards the top lane. Quas is unaware. Trinket ward already been used. Dominate's going to recall back. He's not there for the counter gank.
He'd be pretty hard to kill, though, at
Yeah.
that point. With the cloth armor and having his flash up, Benny not really able to out-bully Renekton, it seems, with all those health potions. He can hope to get his health potions down and, you know, make that consumable gold really hurt Quas, but outside of that, he's not going to be able to do much on Renekton. It's giving I Will Dominate the time he needs to hit level 6.
This is working pretty well. So Dominate for Smithy the same, even though the blue buff steal came through. I'm going to look at this dual lane, though, because it's still really interesting to me. Morgana not able to easily use all of her stacks. You're seeing them play much more passively now that Cop has hit level 4 or so and has some decent damage. Level 1 very different here from level 4 right now.
Yeah, he's a little bit scared of going in to the Leona, especially not knowing where Vi is. And Morgana is more of a defensive laner who like will poke you with Dark Bindings and then create initiates off that. It's not really something where you say, all right, I'm going to get super aggressive with Morgana. He's just going to get close enough to get off his Spell Thief stacks.
And we'll see. He's waiting on 3 stacks right now. Going to have to churn through those, or he's giving up free gold.
Yeah, well,
shouldn't be doing that.
He's gained 95 gold to this point in the game off of his Spell Thief. So when you contrast that with the 93 gold that Bunny Fufu's gotten off Leona, there is really not much of a difference yet. He's not optimizing that item as best he can.
Not yet. It's the high risk, high reward GP10. If you can get the money out of it, it's the best one. If you can't, it's not worth a whole heck of a lot. Smithy walks by a ward that he definitely saw. Can't find the gang. He's going to go for this kill right here.
That's kind of a required ward for Curse, even though they know it's going to be killed, because they need to know when Smithy goes through that path. It is the only way they can stop their bot lane from getting completely destroyed.
And it's going to keep them from getting ganked for now. But now Smithy, though, on the bottom side. Voyboy level 6 nearby Lee Sin. Smithy is walking by the lanes. He shows himself, but never gets a gank to happen for it.
Yeah. Aside from the early blue steal, Curse has done quite a good job farming. They've had very heavy ward coverage to try and prevent Smithy's Lee Sin from doing things. You notice how everyone has wards mostly in their inventory, especially the solo laners, is when you really notice a team is doing extra special to ward, because obviously the support on your team is going to ward heavily, but when your solo laners contribute as well, you really cover the whole river, and they need that to catch where Smithy enters.
Yeah, see if they can find him. 2 pink wards down for XDG. Smithy goes by the mid lane again. He's constantly showing himself, saying, hey, I'm around. Using the wards of the jungle gym, looking now towards that bottom side red buff. Cop gonna get hit up there. These stacks are used by Sheep. They go in for a lot of damage, level 5 only. It's not gonna be the ulti locking Cop down. No flashes burned, just damage trade back and forth.
Yeah, it looks like XGG's trying to go in for a bit of a red buff maneuver right here. But their bot lane isn't necessarily down far enough to support. This is a rather dangerous ploy by Smithy, but Curse is peeling back. Everyone collapsing in. Dominic gets him.
Yeah, I pulled it back far enough. He was well out of smite range. Bunny Fufu showing up as a little bit of support. Doesn't necessarily need it, though. Dominate is 6. Smithy cues the dragon.
Ooh.
He's going to get out over the wall, and they're actually starting this here.
I don't know if they have enough harass down onto Curse. If they could get over there in time, they would be able to push them off. There's not level 6 on Morgana and not level 6 on Lee Sin. They would have to fall back.
XDG does back off. Well chosen by Curse to say, you know, he did cue that. Let me just ward that real quick. Good instincts there by Dominate, stopping the attempted dragon sneak. Quas again under his turret. We're going to see this a lot this game, but you see that even though the push is going down, there's like a little bit of turret damage. Yeah. Quas really not losing anything for this.
No, Quas is doing quite fine on Trundle. I think he'll scale pretty well too. And just speaking of that last dragon fight, I think that was a really poor read by Smithy going in there. They did not have the ability to force the dragon, and he was very obvious about going in. It cost them a lot of time and investment for almost a kind of a low payoff.
Yeah.
Because it was very likely to get scouted out by Curse when he queued over the wall in full vision of Curse.
No, so it's not going to be much picked up. Voyboy grabbing his own blue buff. The first of the game, actually, for Curse. That's going to go to the Lulu mid. These guys going to stay happy. Bottom laners both recall. Got a mana potion here for Zuna, but both guys grabbing their BF swords here to start things out with the right kind of damage. Normally see Bloodthirster opens for AD carries. That's all well and fine. The lane does come in first for XDG. There's going to be a bit of time for free damage here with no defense. This could get very low off this wave.
Yeah, timing is spectacular for XGG. They may even be able to take out... the Leona will come in time, but that just means the next time there's a small window in this lane, the turret's dead.
If they stay with Black Shield, they could try one hit from dead. They don't go for it there. The binding onto Bunny Fufu. Ulti's going to be available, and Black Shield will time out, but not going to go for it here, Curse. One hit from dead on that turret. Tier 2 GP10 for Sheep, but not so for Bunny Fufu. He's open Sightstone. So differing builds slightly now for these two supports. Want to see if that pays off anywhere good. And we'll see where these guys move. 6 and 6. Cop still putting the damage down. Still being a Caitlyn, which means Sivir's going to be sad.
Farm's been pretty close in this lane as well. Knowing that we had the Caitlyn who outranges the Sivir and has an edge there. And bad time to initiate because there is Lee Sin.
Ulti popped in. Smith is showing up the flash. Not going to do much for Bunny Fufu. This pool under his feet as well. There's the ulti coming across. Spell shielded again. Damage coming across now. Ford, I will dominate. First blood, of course, did come down for Smithy, and the disengage.
Wow, the timing on that has just got to get into Bunny Fufu's head. Think about first game LCS, first time he goes aggressive on Leona, and Lee Sin's just sitting in the brush.
Man.
Very unfortunate, and he is the first death of the game. See if XDG can use that to try and take some momentum in this lane. Maybe
they should be able to. As long as Dominate's not around, that should be the turret kill.
Should be.
But are they afraid of Dominate? They do have one ward in Tribrush that's timing out right now. But Dominate's on the other side of the map at this point. If they wanted to, they could grab it. Cop couldn't defend.
Yeah, I think they should be a little scared of Dominate. They know he has Vi Flash Ult up. These bot lanes very good at timing summoner spells, but Zuna wants to get in range. You could tell.
He wants it. He's hungry.
Good hold right there by Cop, making sure the minion wave never got aggro from the turret. Therefore, if Zuna wanted to step in to hit it, he would have taken damage and endangered his own life. And
Sheep gonna get all triggers of the
yeah, that's why it's so good.
Frostfang, it's called now.
Because it goes so quickly. He's got 360 gold from his Frostfang right now, compared to 167 on Bunny Fufu. A big disparity.
Absolutely. Bunny Fufu's sitting on 2 stacks for a while, and of course, hasn't upgraded the Relic Shield either, so half the potential GP10 on that item. Look back at the mid lane. Voyboy's blue buff is timed out. ManCloud still got his. And you're seeing him trade farm back and forth. ManCloud getting the small lead, though, 118 to 97. XDG in slow control over this game. Keeping the lanes push. You're seeing this mid lane turret take a bit of damage. Smithy has been available to make plays. Just hasn't been able to make a ton of them yet.
Yeah, Voyboy trying to focus in that mid lane. Obviously, we had that 10-minute pause while he composed himself because he was feeling very ill. I think this dragon fight is going to be pretty important if we end up seeing it. XDG has very good ward coverage inside where Curse would be approaching the dragon, but Quas is the one with teleport in the top lane, whereas Benny does not have it.
There's got to be where that Benny doesn't stop him with like a flash slice W. Get the stun. It's one thing to be aware of. Minions under the turrets, getting low. Not enough. All right, Bunny Fufu tanks up the caster minions.
There would have actually been some value in Curse letting the minions kill that turret.
Yeah.
Because there is 150 local experience that only goes to people near the turret when it dies. Does not go to minions, obviously.
No, minions
so
don't use
They could have
gold.
saved about half a kill's worth of gold there. Because the next time XGG gets that push on the turret, I imagine someone's going to be close enough.
Well, we'll see. You've got actually Smithy already in this brush. They know it's safe. There's a pink ward in there.
They need to wait for Dominate to come and support them. They smelled it this time.
I don't know. Dominate's going...
Sheep got incredibly aggressive all of a sudden.
It's true. They're pushing in for it. Minions is getting swept away. There's just no chance for XG to really push in. One hit from the turret, and Curse holding it very strong. In comes Smithy, finds the Q. Probably shouldn't chase that. He doesn't. Good.
Yeah, now they can finish off the turret. ManCloud going
Shockwave in. Voyboy getting down to 600 health, pops the ulti onto himself, knocks up ManCloud, ignites. Can be traded down onto ManCloud himself.
Got away for
shielding himself with the barrier. Voyboy forced to run away. Still has his flash. Misses the Q. Bottling turret finally goes down the roam towards mid. Smithy can't quite thread it through the minions in time. Can't reach Voyboy in this one. Nearly got the kill.
Ooh, he may have killed him if he hit a minion with that Q, but oh, ManCloud.
Jumping in there, the flash into Smithy, shields ManCloud. Gonna kick back, I will dominate. Voyboy finds the kill. Dark Binding will miss from Sheep. Gonna be the dodge for Smithy not to get stunned. Voy, though, on the wrong side of the map. Smithy, you make the Q happen. Voy gonna put the glitter lens down. No team's gonna be there in time. Sheep finds the kill with the ulti. Stun onto Bunny Fufu on top of a ward as well. Putting plenty of damage down. I just don't know if he's going to die. There's not much support here. Smithy, it's a trap. Follow it. You know you want to.
All told, it is a 1-for-1 right there. But who gets the dragon afterwards? Smithy's still fairly healthy. XDG going for this one. Curse would have to teleport down. It is just not worth it at this point. Overall, XDG wins that trade.
And a very nice trade as well. Sheep proving the superior mammal so far. He's got a kill. Bunny Fufu has a death. That goes down 2-1 in kills. XDG 1-0 in turrets and 1-0 in dragons. So all in all, 1,800 gold lead for these guys. And it seems that the 2-game veteran Sheep slightly outperforming.
It's the experience.
Yep.
Coming in handy.
Yeah.
But really, Bunny Fufu has been in an incredibly difficult matchup, having to go into Morgana. Obviously, it's kind of their fault for picking Leona so early. But as far as the farm goes in lane, they're winning it. So you can't say they've lost that lane whatsoever. Just had that one unfortunate time getting ganked. Another update, though, on the Frostfang. It's 480 gold that is generated for Sheep, already 50 minutes in the game, whereas the...
Oh, Smithy gets the blue buff. I know you're checking something important. Smithy
No, this is much
in.
more important. Continue.
Yeah. Blue buff stolen away on by Lee Sin. Trundle and Renekton in a battle. Smithy not in the best spot. Jumps over. Dodges the Q, but the Lulu is going to lock up a bunch of people. Not good for XDG. Smithy will go down. Dominic gets the buff. Benny trying to run away. Can he get anywhere safe? Sheep. Ooh, wow, they all dodge the Dark Binding. Not going to chase any farther, though.
Curse really locking down and protecting their blue at that point. Extremely important for them to be able to push back, and they do kill off X-Smithy. Great play.
All right, so Cop now alone against Zuna. Zuna, not actually much of a lead at all, just pushed farther down on the map. Bunny Cooper lurking around there. All right, mid lane Siege. This turret's still taking damage. XDG really are the ones pushing better.
Yeah.
The Overextend once in a while, but they're pushing well.
This is what they expected to do with their team composition. They wanted to shove the lanes, get early turrets down, and then try and control with Lee Sin. It hasn't been the smoothest experience. They would like to be farther ahead right now, but it is still going mostly according to plan for XGG. Although Voyboy does clear turret lanes very quickly.
Yes, he does. He's a Lulu. She's pretty good at that. To finish your point, it was about, now it's at about 207 to 500.
Oh yeah, but the big thing is the fact that Bunny Fufu never upgraded from his Relic Shield.
Yeah.
It's still taking 60 seconds to accumulate a charge on the Relic Shield, where if all he does is upgrade it once to a Targon's Brace, he would have the cooldown and get twice as much gold out of it. But he has decided not to.
Rush the Sightstone instead. Only 800 gold for the Sightstone now. Can't say I'm necessarily sad about that. Uses the savings to buy an early Ninja Tabby here. Bunny Fufu showing his last hitting talents there. Kills a melee minion off successfully. All right. Sheep gets his own Sightstone as well. Boots of Mobility there for Sheep. By the way, changed Boots of Mobility is 200 gold cheaper, but slower in combat.
Same speed out of combat. They're now basically just Boots 1 when you're in combat. Still pretty usable on supports like Morgana or even junglers like Lee Sin, because it's all about getting in there for the initial hit, and they can still do that just the same.
XDG just saved 400 gold because of this patch. GG. Got that going on. Ninja Tabby for I Will Dominate. Golem Spirit as well. Golem Spirit for Smithy also. So both junglers, though we've seen them go Lizard Elder on other players, both choosing a tank spec here for this game to be much more supportive of the front line for these teams. Which is weird because the mid laners are supporty as well. So much lower damage compositions.
Exactly. We could see some very brawly team fights that extend on. Nice binding shot by Sheep though.
Shockwave goes in. Voyboy gonna self-ult as well to keep himself alive. There's a jump in. Bunny Fufu locking down ManCloud. Can they find the damage? Bunny Fufu's gonna drop it. They're gonna trade one back and forth. ManCloud dies 1-1.
Honestly, just a complete trade there. Pretty much across the board as far as ultimates being used. A little bit more, I'd say, by Curse, but now Quas getting dough.
A lot of damage going in. Can Benny do enough damage? Yes, he can. Has to flash, and he will get away from the turret in time. Damage now available on this turret. Team out Renekton dealing some good damage. Quas couldn't survive it. And nearly going to get that turret, but the mid lane turret also under siege. Sheep, I'm not sure if he can defend this very successfully. Puts the W down. Top lane turret goes, but Dominate still putting the pressure down. They're going to trade the mid turret for it.
Yeah, support Morgana doesn't kill turret waves or creep waves very quickly.
No.
They only put 1 point in Tormented Soil because they're not trying to push with it. They'd rather max Dark Binding for the long bind duration. Just means that that turret gets pushed really easily for Curse, and it's very important for them to get something back. And now Cop needs to take the same initiative and get something back in this lane, so Curse can even out the pressure.
Sivir ulti, Sheep in from the back as well. Cop gonna put a good amount of damage. I'll ulti Papa Smithy easily gonna block that one out. Cop has to flash away to keep himself alive. Quas gonna put the nice pillar down. Sheep has nowhere to go. Q misses though, but he's gonna go in anyway with the dive. Ulti pop by Quas. Shield coming in from Smithy, and it's gonna be the back off.
Great moves by Cop, I'd have to say. Very mechanically skilled right there. They're losing the mid lane because they over-rotated down to help out Cop, who really didn't need that much assistance.
So the mid lane down to only a sliver here. Bottom lane, though, just the rotation works for Curse. They push everybody away. 2-2 in turrets now. They're in danger of losing their third in the mid lane, but gotta say, Curse holding on nicely.
Really fascinating game. I'd say considering these are the two lowest teams in the standings, they aren't really playing like it this game. They're playing fairly smart in their rotations. Their lanes aren't making big mistakes. XDG tried a lot of high-pressure gameplay, but Curse is repelling that quite well, especially with those most recent turret kills. A lot of it's going to come down to the next Dragon.
Well, it's going to be the mid lane turret going down first. Dragon, as you state, up in 33 seconds. Right now, a scattering of wards here. Curse has quite a few. XDG starting their ward. Oh, that was bad coordination. 2 wards in the same spot.
Well,
you got to say body language for that one.
Yeah. They had good coordination until they put 2 wards in the same.
Yeah.
Now it's all gone.
Nope. It's like when you walk towards a ward, you should know, like, of course he's going to ward there. He's it's kind of showing you, but
Bunny
don't go
Fufu
for it.
finally, no, still on Relic Shield, never mind. Thought it updated.
Gets a lot rounder when you upgrade it.
No.
Okay,
Dragging
XDG
up
in
right
position.
now.
Smithy times that one very nicely, and here comes the
Jeez.
pressure in. Curse not even going to try. So XDG 2-0 on Dragons here. Gonna make the rotations back here. These guys very much winning global objectives. Now up 3,500 gold. The Sivir ulti as well. Look for Bunny Fufu. Binding gonna be flashed. Round 2.
Yeah, there's more people to shoot at, but they're all really fast, so they're going to get away. This is tricky for Curse right now. Smithy finding Bunny Fufu.
Kicks him into the wall, slows him down with the E as well. Just rank 1 slow though, it's not a gigantic slow. Wow, the binding dodge from Bunny Fufu, trying to run away. Ulti pop, not going to land anything from the solar flare though. XG going to back off of this one. Curse will dominate.
Renekton's around the back though. They could still think about re-engaging this one.
Ult from Kate. Oh, nice 2-man shockwave though. The re-engage comes in. There's the dive. Who's going to drop down first? Bunny Poop is going to be the one to drop. Zuna in the back line's getting another shield from McSmithy. Quas in the front line. Kick is of course down. Another kill for ManCloud. So far a great game for him. Who's going to fire back one? Zuna does fall. ManCloud chasing onto Void, popping barrier, but Cobb is firing down onto a ManCloud. Forced to run. Good dark binding onto Quas, keeping the chase away. Going to be a 2-for-1 battle.
Everything going XGG's way in that last fight, and it all stems, I feel like, from Curse's poor objective control. It's been their Achilles heel the entire season. They did not contest a dragon where they could have had a game-changing team fight, and since they didn't even seem to know what was happening, they got chased and outmanned their jungle. They got caught out of position. Bunny Fufu uses Leona ultimate on nothing. Just watch the way this came out, and then when they tried to re-engage, they didn't have that much. Bunny Fufu had no Leona ultimate for that huge clump of people that could have been game-changing, but it was down from trying to run away. At that point, XGG could just pick off Curse as they tried to chase. Voyboy did get one, but it's just not worth it at that point. XGG getting a lot of kills in response.
Voice Flash kept him alive from that QW from ManCloud. Well timed there. Mechanically by him, but the game is slipping away. Cop 0-0-1. He won his laning phase. As far as minion kills go, 207. Highest among the 80 carries. Has some good items, but hasn't just done much with that. Hasn't been there for the team fights. They haven't found the battles they need with Cop. Bunny Fufu giving 30 gold over to Sheep for the QW. Yeah, likely to enjoy that money coming through. Mikhail's Crucible done for Sheep, so he can block away some more of the stuns and slows that Curse has.
Ooh, we could think about seeing another fight here if they catch I Will Dominate at all.
Ooh, Smithy
Barely
nearly
gets
dodged the
to it.
Vault Breaker,
Yep.
or blocked it.
Barely gets out of there.
I love those tweets. I look at my CS and cry a little bit. Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
very incredible players. Good at slaying minions is one of the big steps to turning
Cobb
pro.
always gets his farm, and ManCloud a little bit of return to prominence right
Yeah.
there. 231 at 23 minutes is a very high CS number. Wearing those double buffs as well. He feels at home on Orianna.
Yeah, he's been playing very well. His shockwaves
Yeah.
have been very good. His plays have been great. He's been putting good shields down, keeping his teammates alive. I do really like the Season 2, Season 3 mid laners from ManCloud.
And I wonder what kind of timer they're keeping on that teleport, because this is an opportunity.
Shockwave not quite going to hit the Lulu, not kept pushing Smithy back. Multi-man ulti in from Leona might stop him in their tracks, but no, XCG still trying. Sheep dangerously low, might have to cut away from this one. Can Void find more damage? Ulti coming across, doesn't really get blocked by much, but the Orianna shield kick back from Smithy, going to keep the team alive, but Curse finding ways to fire back for damage.
Really good disengage that time by Curse, especially the Leona ult from Bunny Fufu and the Glitter Lances the Voyboy could push through. That was a incredibly dangerous situation for Curse because Quas was bottom lane with about 30 seconds left on his teleport. There was no way he could come to support that, and if they would have been left in a 3v5, that would have been the Baron for XGG. Great escape by Curse.
Wow, well done then by these guys to keep themselves in this game. 4,000 gold, roughly the difference. Voyboy recalls an award, no big deal. So here we go. ManCloud playing a bit better. Voyboy sick, 2-1-2, 199 CS, still fighting very well, even though his nerves might have been shaken at the beginning of this one.
His
putting on
team
a
fighting
decent
is
show.
good. I would say his CS is a lot lower than normal for him, especially on someone like Lulu. But he is definitely hanging in there, playing very well. Once he gets death cap, I think it'll be a pretty big moment for him on Lulu.
And watch the AD carries as well. Zuna returning to his main role of AD carry. Of course, I kind of got to talk about XGG kind of as a new team here. They're 1-1 since they swapped their whole roster around, put Smithy back in the jungle, including a win over Cloud9. Sheep still stepping up, 2-0-3 on Morgana. Has a Sightstone done as well as the Mikhail's Crucible. That's a big one. Sweeper, of course, already there. And just picked up Distortion Boots, I believe, fairly recently, so he can flash in for the ultis.
Yeah, he's got 1,000 gold off that Frostfang. Still hasn't upgraded it. to Frost Queen's claim so we can shoot out that Ice Lance. Extra CC, I'd like to see that. But I also have to mention, Bunny Fufu has opted out of the game.
Yeah.
He is instead decided to go for the components of a Talisman of Ascension, which at this point in the game, since Curse has been a little bit getting jumped on and needs to find ways of initiating fights, I think that Talisman active is going to be incredibly potent for them. It just sacrifices his own tankiness.
It does, but at this point he's got the max rank W, so maybe it's enough for this guy. Ninja Tabby, of course, there as well. Upgrades Ruby Sightstone all the way as well.
Well, Ruby Sightstone gives more health on this patch as well. So it's a stat item at that point. 400 health on the Ruby Sightstone now.
Yeah, don't underestimate that item. Only 150 to the regular Sightstone, so a fairly big stat difference, 250 health between the two. So do keep that in mind. The color change, fairly important here. Cop still sitting there in the back line. 001 always has kind of the lowest total numbers in his KDA, generally. Doesn't die, kind of will play safely enough in teamfights. Like, he won't trade a kill for a death almost ever.
I like to call them action points.
Yeah,
kills plus deaths plus assists. If you have the most, you're doing well.
Exactly.
That's how I play my games.
It's wonderful, which means that
This
Bunny Fufu
this dragon is really important, though, as well. XDG again in position, and Curses scattered along the sides. That's Dragon down.
Slow. 3-0 on
initiation with no trundle.
Binding onto Bunny Fufu. The team grouped up, though. Two-man stun. There comes I Will Dominate. Lulu ulti as well. Big hits there. Two-man shockwave. Fight still continuing. Smithy on the backside, low on health, and there comes Quas, finds one kill. He's going to keep on going, chomps down onto it. Looks like Benny right here. Voyboy low, Bunny Fufu low as well. Double kill for Quas, Chase still going through. Benny low, one hit from Dead. Going to give that away to Cop. 3-man kill here for Curse. Big fight.
Curse landed almost all of their spells just right in that fight. They did not have the position at the start of the fight, but when XDG jumped on them, Curse retaliated so well at that point. Really good play by Voyboy, specifically with a lot of glitter lances through there. Now they're going to try and push this middle turret.
Let's see what else they can get off that fight. The respawn's just now coming in, so Curse have a few more seconds of power play. Mid lane tier 2 goes down, worth about 700-ish gold. It's going to be a nice spot for them here. So, we're going to within 2,000. Let's check the replay.
Well, watch this. Not only do they get a good Leona, when Dominate ults the back, he pushes almost all of them to the side. And then just track these glitter lances from Voyboy. He hits 2 up in the top, but then as the initiation continues, he gets, I believe, a Pix. See, he hits 3, I believe, with that last glitter lance. So just all of Curse's kind of hidden AoE came into that fight and caught XDG, who was incredibly clumped, completely off guard.
Very nicely done by these guys. 41 to 43,000 now. Curse showing their way back into this game. It's very important for these guys to continue to do well. Top lane turret still hasn't gone down, but that's kind of waiting for them whenever they want it. Quas finally showed up there in that fight. 2, 1, and 3 on him. Has the Randuin's Omen, so he's going to be a tanky man. And really, there's not that much magic damage he's facing. A moderately farmed Orianna, kind of the only threat to Quas right now.
Yeah, ManCloud's going to have to do his best to carry this game, I feel like, for XDG. Even though they do have a gold lead, that last team fight kind of showed how, since their team composition was so heavily... The team comp was so heavily about pushing the lanes early and getting early turret pressure, that since it has failed to do that, they really need ManCloud to land big shockwaves in team fights.
See what else they can find. Curse going to sweep away the pink ward. These guys both know that Baron has been bittersweet for these teams. But we'll see if these teams can set it up properly there. But that's kind of the point of the game we're getting into, 29 minutes in. Starts to be more of an objective. XDG undefeated on Dragons. Don't know if that'll transfer to the other globals on the map that these teams can both contest. Curse rotating towards the top lane. We talked about the outer turret being available. Looks like that's their next point to prong their way in and see if they can get some more gold out of that.
Yeah, XDG has to be very careful as well where they go next, only because that last team fight loss really caught them off guard. Especially considering Voyboy's almost on a timer here. I think once Voyboy hits a Lich Bane, he's going to be a little bit too much for XG to handle. Their front line is built pretty much all armor at this point because they've only been worried about diving Cop, but they're going to need that magic resistance for Voyboy very soon, if not already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one thing to really keep in mind is that Curse have really good engage potential, and they're going to have really good damage coming out in the near future once Voyboy does turn, as you state. And I'm kind of comparing the junglers right here because they've been differing their builds a little bit. So I Will Dominate dip down for a Brutalizer to increase his damage on his dives, and then is going towards the Randuins and adding some more stats. Smithy stopped and grabbed a Sightstone. Right, 800 gold for 150 health, pretty low amount of stats there. And so he's kind of behind in the tank game just a little bit. And you talked about, the fact that, yeah, the frontliners are going to be a bit weak, XDG, against Voy.
Yeah, he's even upgraded his sweeper. That's another 475 gold. It's not going to give them combat effectiveness. Obviously, mobility and vision are Lee Sin's primary strengths, so it's just the path he's going to. But if they get caught in those team fights, you can absolutely see it having a negative impact.
See if that matters here. Sheen done for Voy. And about 1,600 gold of the Lichbane. Ward sweeping going for XDG. They are really trying to control this Baron area. 2 sweepers only so far. I've seen teams go as high as 4 today.
Yeah. Well, right now, Curse is at 3 because vision control for them is also a priority. They're a little bit farther back, and this could be the big fight. Sivir's not.
A little bit of slow. Bunny Fufu going to be slowed down. Not going to find anything, but they do find push for the top lane turret. They've got there first. Quas trying to come in from the backside, but XDG do make the pinch for this tier 2 turret, so 4-3 now. But here comes the engage. Curse looking for their way in. Quas going to dodge the binding. Ward over the wall, and they know they can't quite jump XDG yet.
Yeah, Talisman down as well from Bunny Fufu, but Sivir ultimate still up, so mobility edge goes to XDG right now. What are they going to do with it, though?
They're going to position back around Baron, but of course last time around Curse got new wards in there, so it'll take some time for XGG to blind them if they go for that choice. It's going to be Lee Sin successfully jumping away. Not any. There is a pink ward still. One on the ground and one in the inventory here for Sheep.
Have we talked about Quas's stinger yet?
No.
Yeah.
He has a stinger.
He's got a stinger.
Now that can build into Zephyr.
Uh-huh.
It can also build into Nashor's Tooth, which I think is unlikely.
I think Zephyr is the likely choice. It wouldn't be that bad on Trundle. He already gets a huge attack speed start, and that will kind of take him over the top. Plus, if he's worried about resistances, look how fast he can go with that stinger.
That's almost like Jack status.
Yeah.
It's like thud, 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 thud.
I gotta say, I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if he gets hit by a Dark Binding, he's going to need the tenacity to break through it.
True.
Does not want to be stuck there for the whole 3 seconds. Plus, he's farmed enough that he doesn't necessarily need the tankiness. Since so much of XGG's damage is going to be ManCloud trying to land shockwaves on the backline, that's going to ignore Quas.
Well, that'll be fun to watch. We'll see if we can make that one happen. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Voyboy is ill.
Don't normally call attention to tweets, but
this one's worth it.
XC322. Good work.
Nice job, Voy. Let's see what we can get on this one. Pink ward down for XDG. He actually popped his Oracle's lens with the pink ward already down. So you like double sweep that ward, Smithy. Wanted to really make sure it was dead.
Double check.
Curse got their new pink ward down on the Baron itself. So Curse now in control of this area of the map. Yeah, Quas not able to sweep just yet. Zuna on the bottom side of the map, though, getting some of the farm here. Their blue buff has also respawned. Might be going to ManCloud. So we've hit a bit of a lull in this game for a while now, right? You talk about XGG, how they're not really built for the team fights. They're built to get vision control, but they've not gotten any picks with it.
They're built around mobility, and they can team fight if they catch the start of it just right, you know? Whereas Curse is a team that is kind of waiting to be engaged upon with the Lulu and then disengaging. And I think the big reason this game has slowed down as XGG takes another dragon is the amount of pushing that XGG wanted to do stalled when they realized they couldn't beat Curse in team fights anymore. And now we're just kind of paused because XGG is trying to find ways to gain more objectives, but there's not too many objectives to take at the moment. If they overcommit to the second-tier turrets, they feel like that's too dangerous. They're basically waiting on Dragon respawns, and they're not strong enough to force a Baron yet. So it's really just a bit of a farm-off right now until someone finds an opportunity to make a play.
Well, one thing that I like for XDG is the fact that you've got a Void Staff and now a new needlessly large rod done for ManCloud. Gonna have a lot of damage potential there. Smithy in a bit of danger, actually, down to 1,000 health, and takes another Glitter Lance. Gonna have to heal up when he gets a chance to.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons XGG's been trying to stay away. Voyboy
Smithy,
still
not durable
with his Lich Bane.
2-item jungler versus going on 3 here for I Will Dominate. 2 combat items, I should say, just to specify.
He might be looking to force a fight here.
Bunny Fufu taking some damage. That was a good choice by Sheep, actually. Make sure he hits Baron with that to aggro it onto Bunny Fufu. But he's so tanky, Lulu Shield's all he needs to basically not take damage. Like, that was like 4 Baron attacks right there.
Well, surprisingly, there's about a 2,000 gold disparity on the supports because of the amazing amount of gold that has happened out of that Frostfang. About 1,300 at this point in the game for Sheep. And also the fact that Bunny Fufu's resold some of his items. So he's even lower on total gold. It's just that Leona W just makes you tanky.
Yes, it does.
one of those things.
It's worth a good amount of stats. I believe 65 armor and MR, if I have my numbers right.
And we're finally forcing some type of action here. Quas going bot lane on Trundle is putting XDG on a timer for how long they can be around the Baron pit without doing anything or just giving up control of the area. This is an advantage of Quas having a teleport and getting to this point in the game.
And we've also got to the point where now XDG's gold lead is only because of dragons now. They've got 4 of them, worth 1,000-ish gold apiece, but they're only up about 3k. So this becomes a point where XDG becoming a little bit scared of this game. They're losing a bit of control there. Benny sweeps away wards. Again, Smithy Q's onto Cop. They're going to get the damage down. Honestly, the rotation's finally working here for XDG. They finally get another turret here, number 5 of the game, but they have not done anything about Quas there on the bottom. It's going to be the recall for Benny to stop him, but they just traded tier 2 turrets.
Yeah, I think the mid tier 2 turret is a little bit more valuable. There's the Talisman and the flash.
It's going to be the engage in onto Dominant. He's going to go in, though, for the backliners. Can they flash out? Mancloud trying to get away. Shotgun's going to land onto a few, but the engage still coming in for Bunny Poo with Dominate, burning to death, but he's going to survive.
Oh,
the
Quas
battle
is huge.
continuing. Quas is absolutely gigantic. Attacks very fast. XGG trying to run away from this one, but they're still lurking around. Benny low on health is going to back away. No kills picked up. A lot of low health bars, though.
Nobody died.
Nope.
And this stems from these teams being so defensive in composition. They have the supportive mid laners, as we like to call them, with Lulu and Orianna, as well as 2 full tanks in the jungle. That's why we saw that incredibly long, drawn-out fight. Ridiculous that no one died, but Curse thinks they had higher health bars, so they are forcing a Baron. Really dangerous for you.
Well, they're home guarding Dominate in, but Dominate's cut off from his team, so XDG say, you know what, don't even bother trying. I don't think you'd try to, do a smite battle when your jungler's not there, so Curse back out. XDG sweeps the wards away, and we're back to no vision control over Baron. These guys still know that's something to keep in mind, though. And here we are. It's almost like nothing happened in the last couple minutes.
Amazingly,
They got low, no one died.
There were so many skills used in that team fight.
Yes.
For nobody to die.
It was a high-skill fight, you might say.
Very high-level fight. But the rest of these guys need to make sure they're building damage. It's a strange situation to be in. These AD carries not getting reached too easily by the tank lines. Obviously, I Will Dominate could ult onto Sivir, but that's one of the reasons the Morgana support is such a good pick in this situation.
True.
It can completely stop I think it's just a knockup that the Vi ultimate does. It's like a suppression. But it would stop that, and Zuna can basically go Glass Cannon, as can Cop. But because they have so many shields, it's very hard to kill anyone at this point.
Yeah, they're not really quite getting through it. And honestly, the amount of haste, like everyone can Zerg down. You get a pillar from Quas, you can't really spell shield that. That might be one of the ways to get in onto Zuna if they try. Pillar goes down right there, pushing Mancloud around. Quas level 17, Benny only 16. Trundle likely to have more impact in this game. The level and CS lead there. And the assist, so that's pretty nice. 4,000 gold. XGG still controlling the mid lane. I mean, we've just kind of seen the song and dance before. XGG trying to outposition it, and they're just not finding it.
Well, I think the big move will be if someone fights without the rest of their team and a tank gets dropped with no team backing them up, or if someone can find a clean path onto a AP carry or an AD carry. So Mancloud, Voidboy, Cop, and Zuna are by far and away the priority targets in these fights. Everyone else is just playing around those damage dealers.
See what they can find. Keep in mind, Quas' teleport's down for about 2 more minutes, and the Mikhail's Crucible for Sheep, that extra cleanse to bring in. About 30 seconds to go there. So sometimes these teams might just be waiting for their longer cooldowns, and then saying, okay, we'll go in once those are available. We want to be at full strength. You feel like your opponents get their cooldowns back as well.
We, of course, have to point out the 400 CS on Mancloud, too.
Yeah.
He has about 3,000 gold over top of Voidboy, whereas Sheep is about 2,000 gold. If you look at the other roles, they're nearly identical, aside from Dominate having 1,000 gold up. So it's pretty much the mid laner and the support that are giving this gold lead to XGG. The other roles are very comparable.
Well, the Dragons really separating these teams, especially because in the one-on-one matchups, you'd seen it go the other way. So there we go, small lead XDG, and they're going to start making their way around the mid lane, still doing the wave clear.
And Curse has got to make a move when XGG takes these dragons. Either right up the mid lane, a fight at the dragon, or a force at Baron. Because right now XGG is sneaking it, and Curse is just fanning out.
Curse are letting him have it again and again and again. You said, Curse sometimes sloppy in the rotations, not always with the objective calls, and it's undefeated Dragons, 5 now for XDG. The entirety of their gold lead is Dragons here. We are at max level Dragon by this point, caps at 15. Skills with the average champion level in the game. which were basically here. Cop running towards the back. I feel like they have both cops in the team that I didn't realize, but it's Officer Vi as well as Caitlyn. So they got that synergy going on.
That's important.
Yeah, you get 1 extra gold per killer assist, so 11 bonus gold to Curse here. Will they go in for
Quas behind them.
Black Shield is on Quas there as well. ManCloud dangerously low, puts on barrier. Morgana will pop. There we go. 2-man shockwave. Dominate Bunny Fufu. Low on health. Zuna now in the back line has been stunned up. 1 kill onto Bunny Fufu. Can the fight keep going? Smithy drops down. Benny in the front lines. Outnumbered though. Can he stay alive? Sheep and Zuna running back away. Double kill now for Voyboy. Showing up big in this fight. Looking for Benny now as well. Can they find it? Whimsy onto himself. There's the E. There's the Q. Flash in. It's going to be triple kill now. Can Sheep go down? Stolen away by Cop. Voyboy, can you go for the Quadra? And it is. Scumbag Cop steals the Penta away. Huge for Voyboy.
So close to a Pinnacle after sitting out the start of the game, sick and missing 10 minutes of pause time, but they're back now. Watch this fight. There are some very critical things as the crowd starts a Voyboy chant. Specifically, Voyboy sniping, I believe it was Zuna at the end of this fight with that Glitter Lance off of Smithy somehow. I'm trying to figure out how Zuna dies here, and it's just Voyboy. Does he go through? Yeah, through Sheep with the Glitter Lance to finish off Zuna. And at that point, Curse could just roll through the rest of them. We knew these fights were going to hinge on who could kill the squishy guy first. And at that point, Zuna going down was very critical. Flashes it for the quad.
Yeah, makes it happen. Stylish. Blue buff Athenes, plenty cooldown reduction. Pretty happy to spam Whimsy on himself. I will dominate, steals the red buff away. Of course, Baron happily picked up by Curse during that. So Curse, surprisingly, still in the gold deficit.
Yeah.
Because 5 dragons, worth kind of a bit of gold.
But as we've seen demonstrated, they are a little bit better in team fights.
Little bit.
Which is all they need at this point. Knowing they have the Baron buff, much more gold overall on their team in actual stat valuation, and they have the tank line to probably turret dive and at least finish off the turrets. They know Koff is strong enough to be able to siege down those turrets, and that's very important at this point in the game, having so much AD on a ranged damage dealer like that to get the turrets back and really start taking control of this game.
Let's see what they can do here. Cop happy to sit at 4 completed items, grabs the Alacrity enchantment for his boots, so 15 bonus move speed for that man. Why the heck not? Gonna be alright with this one. Dominate.
Jeez.
Walking around. What's up?
When Quas is on top of his W, now he has that Zephyr completed, he has 2.2 attacks per second.
Pretty high.
On Trundle. That is really, really fast. Considering he gets a slow on his Q, he is just ripping through people.
Well, going to be bonus attack damage as well, and everything else happy for this guy. Benny takes a little bit of damage.
He's pushing that turret, too, down bottom.
Yeah, he's taking damage pretty quickly. He's going to be defended there by ManCloud. See if the Oriana can take down Trundle there, but that turret, that's going to die rather quickly. Pillar comes down. Quas likely to try to ignore him. Pops the ulti for the stats. Chunking down this turret. I don't think ManCloud does enough damage. Although he's getting low. Shotgun misses. That is not what ManCloud wanted. Quas walks away safe.
A big misplay there by ManCloud. Not much he can do against the monster that is Quas at this point in the game. And this could mean Curse wants to channel initiation. They know the Shockwave is down, which is incredibly key skill. It's pretty much the only thing XDG has to hold them off here. Let's see if Curse dies.
See if they can push in. Long-range Caitlyn's there, long-range Lulu as well. The only range champions on the team there to hit the turrets. Of course, a split push for Quas going to create some pressure along the side. Baron buff, a minute and a half left for these guys. Quas happy to do his job on his own. Still has his summoners available, so he can always keep the split going if he needs it. Curse going to push up the mid lane, though. All these lanes under pressure from Curse. They are ready to keep the fight going, and they can bring their Trundle wherever they need.
I think another big thing that's kind of swung this game is how much damage Quas is bringing on Trundle. It changes their team from having 2 primary damage dealers and gives them a 3rd, whereas Benny's Renekton has not made a similar transition.
Yeah.
We are really seeing the level at which Quas's Trundle is outscaling Benny's Renekton.
Having a huge impact here to be certain. Able to steal the tank stats to cover up the fact that he hasn't built so many for his items. He doesn't need them so much, though. Top lane now, the place of focus there. Benny likely to be under-equipped in that duel, though. I feel like Quas will be happy to take that down to about 2/3.
Yeah, he's ignoring Benny when he is the only one there.
Oh, yeah. He didn't go Sunfire, it's worth pointing out, because he won't pull turret aggro while doing so. No Thornmail, no Sunfire. Let the minions tank it all. Mid lane under fire a little bit here. ManCloud part-time defending the bottom lane there. And you can see Quas just will even take turret shots if he needs to. Smithy goes in, not even going to try to stop him.
And you can see because of initiation potential, Sheep has also picked up the Talisman of Ascension on Morgana. Being able to get the jump on the opponent is incredibly key this late into the game.
Puts a spell shield down, eats 3 Caitlyn traps, walks away. That is another unfortunate thing. Late game, Morgana stops Kate traps pretty nicely. Quas takes some damage, but still soloed the turret. So again, no one is there to stop Quas.
He is unstoppable right now. XDG has to try something.
Jumps in, doesn't get the flash knock-in onto Void, but has to run away. But the shockwave going to land onto 3. Is this going to be what it takes for XDG to win a fight, or will Curse outscale? Quas picks up 1. Fight still going on. Benny in a bad spot. They're going to trade back with I Will Dominate. 2 for 1 so far. Quas locked up by the turret. Has to flash away from that one. Zuna and Cop in a duel near the turret. Cop trying to run away. Q comes down. Pillar going to let the team disengage. That slow is massive. Zuna, the only one unaffected. No, takes a glitter lance to the face. 2 for 1 fight. Good for Curse.
The ricochet from Zuna nearly being the end of Curse. Very close fight, but lots of advantages taken overall from Curse. They made very good work of that Baron buff to get the base down from XDG. XDG is now trapped within their base, and Curse has taken control like they needed to with that Baron.
So 8 turrets have been killed now to the 5 of XDG, and the first dragon of the game going to go to Curse. Let's check the replay.
Yeah, Xmithy could not get the critical hit onto Voyboy, and this fight was basically salvaged by ManCloud's strong shockwave. But as it continues, you can just see the power of Quas from the backline completely collapsing the XDG team and pushing them into their base. Obviously, it was very difficult for them to get all the way into the base because Sivir's very hard to dive, and Zuna is going full glass cannon, now building a 5th item offensive, going Blade of the Room King with his last choice.
And I like that. I think it's a very good choice. He needs the damage. He's not been going down too much in team fights.
I think Cop should have done that as well.
I do too.
In this game.
I mean, Cop in general, but it's overly defensive.
Yeah, he's a little bit worried about ManCloud since he has 473 CS on Orianna. But ManCloud hasn't really been reaching him, and I think he has the positioning at this point in his career that he can build full offensive items against a team comp like this. But that's store for the other day. Curse is winning, and they're just making sure to keep Cop alive.
Yeah, I guess with Quas doing as much damage as possible, or as he does now anyway. Yeah. I feel like Cop's like, you know what? I'll relinquish some of that carry roll. Quas, you go for it. Voy, 7, 1, and 7 as well. 4 completed offensive items for Voy. I feel like there's actually a large amount of damage in this Curse lineup, and they'll be okay.
They've been able to build it up as the game progressed. They really got pushed around a lot early, but this time they were able to find the right counter fights. Even with the offensive items, Quas isn't getting touched.
He was alone versus 2, and they're like, you know what? I don't really want to go in and fight you. I feel like Quas is scaled nicely.
Might be getting overconfident here.
I think he's just properly confident.
Yeah.
Not even, that almost hurt. It looked pretty. That was
the
it.
Slightest. This is 2 inhibitors pushing. Curse will have the Baron up soon, but they want to try and take this while they can. They have the pressure up, so why not take advantage?
All right, well, inhibitor number 1 goes down again. Top lane under siege nearly. Wave clear from ManCloud, still pretty strong, though. See if Curse keeps pushing somewhere else, or if they go for the Baron up in 8 seconds.
It's about an uncontested Baron because Quas would kill the entire base by himself, even if they have one person defending. So they have to take almost their entire team to try and stop them, which means Curse gets the Baron. Quas is okay with this.
Well, Quas going to get stunned up. Can he survive? Likely not down to 1,000. He will go down, shut down by ManCloud. Now what else can these guys do about this? Not too much. It's going to be the Baron picked up by Curse without much contest. Smites early just for fun. Blue team picks up Baron Nashor. So as soon as they have Quas back in 60 seconds, they'll have a good chance. What can XDG do while they're dead?
Not much.
Likely not.
That was about the best thing XGG could have done, given those choices. If they try to contest the Baron, Quas takes their base. If they don't kill Quas, Quas takes their base. They had to give up.
Making the best of a bad situation. XGG looking for a brush here. Don't even want to steal the red. They're just hoping someone walks through this brush.
Worth a try. XGG is playing with a high level of risk and panic right now. But they do have a 5v4 situation if they could find a fight.
Got 20 seconds. Small timer on the bottom lane that will be pushing for them. And look how far back Curse is. They're like, if we just wait, we will win the next fight. Just wait for Quas. There's no wards, just wait for Quas.
Yes. All they have to do, wait for Quas, push up mid, get those inhibitors down. And it should be good for Curse. They've really had to fight for this from the very start of the game. Tough match for everyone on Curse. Voyboy especially, getting a quadra kill. What a performance, considering how ill he is feeling. And then Bunny Fufu has had some really hard points in this game. He gave up first blood.
Yeah.
He's honestly been getting, I feel like, a little over-targeted by XDG, trying to really catch him out. But Curse's team is persevering.
And it's worth pointing out that Curse Voyboy specifically, 14 of his 14 kills. He's been part of every single one of them.
Participation.
Yep, 100% there for him. Should have been 8-1 and 6. Scumbag Cop making it not so.
Would have had the pentakill.
Yep. It's okay. We've had him actually multiple stolen pentas so far this season. I think like 2 or 3.
I still say you got to earn your pentas.
I think Boy earned it. Cop's just a scumbag. It's okay. I love you, Cop. We share the same first name, so I can't be too mad at you. Boy. And he's thematic, so that's more reason to love him.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Curse needs to get control of their lanes right now.
Yeah, they do.
It's a little slow. I think they could have planned this a little bit better. They're running out of Baron time. Slightly, they've used about 2.5 minutes of the 4. Also, the inhibitor is going to respawn fairly shortly for XDG. All things considered, they should still be okay, but this is a little bit slow then.
Yeah. 51 minutes. Taking their time with this one. Curse happy to play longer games. They've played a 51-minute game already. They're okay with that one. Here they go. 5-kill lead. 4,000 gold. To be fair, only 4,000 gold in Curse's lead. They just feel so dominant here.
Yeah.
Because of how well their lineup is working together. How gigantic Quas is, 3, 2, and 8. Adding in for a Trinity Force next. Wise choice, sir.
So fast.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to destroy people. That Q will hit for like 500 something.
Zuna with full offensive items. ManCloud with full build. A lot of full builds.
Voyboy's full. Cop's even got the... He hasn't upgraded his trinket yet, though. Still got his boots enchantment first, but likely full as well. Sunfire done for Bunny Fufu as well, so multiple capes here for Leona. Yeah. Comes with one, bought another.
Smart move. Yeah.
Red inhibitor respawn, so bottom lane is back. Curse. Very few turrets in their way, but certainly some champions. Zuna, not gonna like where he is. Good block there. Pops the ulti. Smithy comes in. Quas does back off.
Sivir ult is down, though.
That is worth
most
pointing
likely
out.
worth what Quas did. All it took him was his Blade of the Ruin King active.
To be fair, there's only one armor item for Quas. Like, if Zuna gets time to hit Quas, Quas will get killed.
Yeah. Good point there. Although, if Quas gets time to hit Zuna,
I mean, yeah.
the similar thing could be true. It's a pretty good person they picked to defend, though. The only person who could really threaten Quas on that side lane. Definitely not Renekton. 6
offensive items, Zuna, if you count Berserker's Greaves as such. Blade of the Rune King should help him kite as well. I do want to see Zuna in that fight, see how it goes. Sivir ulti already halfway back up.
He does a lot of damage.
That. Yeah, Quas down to half. Zuna, 6 offensive item, 80 carry. We finally see it in the LCS. Working out pretty nicely. What
kind of base defense is this going to be? They're going to have to do this for a little while longer and basically win a straight-up team fight. They're holding off the Baron quite well, though. It might be time that Curse actually has to group up his 5 because the split push is no longer working. Quas has been neutralized by Zuna's item build.
And I got to point out, even the jungler is going to be tankier than Quas at this point in the game there.
Yeah.
Quas, again, only 2 defensive items, Spirit Visage and Randuin's Omen. One thing to
and he's
keep
recalling.
in mind.
This push is over for Curse.
Wow. Curse completely stalling out here. 53 minutes in. 23 kill game so far, 4,000 gold separating the teams. Talisman of Ascension done for all these guys. And Sheep now starting his Zhonya's Hourglass. He already had the Distortion Boots, already has Talisman of Ascension. But he's starting in for the Zhonya's as well to make the offensive engages work even better. Keep him alive during the Soul Shackles.
Yeah, more gold than a lot of these guys know what to do with right now. Game got more interesting when the push failed there by Curse. The split pushing ways of Quas. He needs to find good access into team fights. And Curse needs to be able to finish off Zuna before fights or early on. Otherwise, those ricochets are just going to shred their team. Voyboy sold his boots.
Got a Zhonya's.
Yes.
I believe it was Zhonya's with the pickup. Already had the GA. I'm pretty sure that was the pick. Either way, very hefty build here for Voy. Had 3,000 gold when he backed. He's pretty much out of things to buy. Still, though, who cares about the team? Don't upgrade the trinket. You gotta sell your boots first. Team comes last for solo laners.
I would say of the AP champions to sell boots, Lulu is one that you can probably get away with because she can grant so much movement speed and slows. Like, let's see how much movement speed Voyboy's granting right now.
I'm guessing like 80%?
102%.
That was close.
Movement speed. More than doubling who he puts it on.
Slightly
and his Little Lance is a full 80% slow for the full 2 seconds. Those are his scaling ratios. Not to mention with his 721 ability power. His ultimate is giving 960 health, and his shield is going for about 670. So
pretty good amount of stats.
He can put an extra person on top of something.
That's good. And Quas gets to steal defensive stats, so you know his very offensive build does work out. Right, it's the one thing we always talk about with the supportive mid laners, and yep, Quas with the squishy build. Relying on Voy a fair bit here. Dominate going full tank though. Brutalizer upgraded to Black Cleaver. He's now done in items as well. At least he wants to sell his boots. The Black Cleaver, Banshee's Veil, Thornmail, Brandwin's Omen, and the nice Ancient Golem. You know, we don't track jungler GP10s very much anymore.
No, let's take a look.
All right, let's do it.
We got 1,000.
Hold
oh,
on.
There's Sivir. No
All
longer
right,
matters.
Quas not in a good spot. Pillar
It's
goes
the Baron
down.
trade
He's
again.
running in for Zuna. Yet Baron is alive. He's getting away pretty successfully though. That dude is trucking his way around. Flashes just to buy more time. Baron likely to fall. Quas, he's going to all in for the inhibitor. Nope, he's going to go for the touchdown.
How many points do you get if you circle the Nexus?
I don't know. You do get a Baron buff though. Dude, he might get out. Okay, kicked against the wall. Unlikely now.
He's really fast.
6 points if you make it. Aw, taken down at the goal line. Gonna be first and goal for Curse though.
Wow.
They're gonna get a few
This
tries.
is the same cycle that we just
Yeah.
played through 7 minutes ago, where Curse took the Baron for Quas's life. I hope, like, do they have a new plan? Because otherwise we're just gonna keep seeing this game again and again. Let's check out those jungle items. 1,091 on the side of I Will Dominate and 713 on the side of Xmithy.
Wow.
Which is not too surprising considering I Will Dominate. Definitely much more farm, more likely to take advantage of conservation when it comes up.
Yeah, he doesn't conserve those stacks for long. Smithy, he's got a full item still to go. For a team that's only down about 6k, he's like just a full item behind, including some of the fact that some of his items are very cheap, such as that Sight Stone only costs 1,600 gold, I think. I forget the exact cost.
The Sightstone?
The Ruby Sight Stone. I forget what the upgrade cost.
1,600 gold is the total cost.
Yeah, okay. So, still an item to go for Smithy. You see Sheep on the bottom of your screen, still laughing with his team. For an hour-long game, they're kind of keeping themselves in it. Bunny Fufu,
Well,
much more serious-faced. So is Quas, so is Benny.
The gold is getting interesting here. The Zephyr was sold on Quas for a Thornmail. He is trying to match Zuna right there. He's going to try, I think, more of the same on this next one. He's just hoping the Thornmail is enough. But that's what's interesting about Zuna's Blade of the Ruined King build. I like this as the 5th full offensive item on AD carries because it allows him to lifesteal through the Thornmail.
Yeah.
If it's just the Bloodthirster, when AD carries get this fed, oftentimes it is not enough lifesteal, and they end up hurting themselves when they're hitting a Thornmailed enemy. Not the case with Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, you're going to have 33% lifesteal from items. Most run 4% from runes.
Yeah.
So, 37% lifesteal is my guess for Zuna.
I'm checking, Freak. Just for you.
Appreciate that.
37%.
Yes.
Zuna running 4% lifesteal runes.
Yep. That's how it works. It's the math. It's the numbers.
Still only having 1.59 attack speed at this
Yeah.
point in the game.
Sivir's really low attack speed per level. It's all on her Ricochet passive. Well, her ult passive when Ricochet's on, but Curse looking for the bottom lane here. They've waited out the respawn for Quas. Nothing magnificent happened during that time. 50.5 minutes in. Thornmail, Quas, double elixir, blue elixir, just to make sure he has the cooldown reduction.
This is important. So this time Curse is trying a full 5v5. It's going to be very critical how ManCloud lands his Shockwave, and also Sheep has his Zhonya's now. He may be able to put out some quality team fight zoning. Everyone is much stronger than the last time they team fought, so it's actually kind of hard to judge how this one's going to go as they look to embrace each other.
All right, Klopp has sold his boots, grabbed a Zephyr here. 59 minutes in, they go for the inhibitor. Quas taking some decent damage. I think Leandry's might have been done there. I thought I saw burning. Gonna see the jump in, the jump back from Smithy, and this turret really kind of getting defended, but taking a lot of damage.
I wonder how much XDG is wanting to initiate full stop because that inhibitor has been down before and they have recovered from it. They don't want to lose the game just because they're trying to defend an inhibitor. They should only go if they find the right fight.
We'll see if they can find it. More poke coming down. Smithy losing about a quarter of his health. Black Shield goes on to him. Maybe premature. Will he go in? He'll eat a trap, though, to be fair. He's going to be safe. The ball comes down. A little bit more damage coming across. There comes the pillar. There comes the ulti in towards Benny. The knockback from Smithy. Inhibitor goes down. Shockwave in. They catch Dominate. There comes the Morgana ult. He gets stunned up, though. No more ulti for him at all. Pops the Zonia's early enough. Here comes the backline. ManCloud trying to get away. Zuna there as well. Sheep dangerously low on health. Exhaust on Smithy. He's going to get out. Still no kills coming through. The flash in. Zuna is alive thanks to Black Shield. Barrier pop. Can Void get the damage? Nah, he can't. Everyone disengages.
Everyone is still alive, but Curse has more health there. Looking for more inhibitors. Home guard boots coming from the base.
And let's see if they can find much more. Smithy does not have his kick, but he could have the slows. Turret goes down. You're not going to find much more. Zippy, says Voidbolt, and out Lulu goes with the team. Still 14-10 in kills. Hour into the game. No turrets away from the Nexus are still alive.
We're just getting started here, but the Baron's up.
No.
Which means Quas is going to... Oh, it's just the Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were correct. I thought it was the Baron. XDG trying to counter push right now, although they have a empty inhibitor in the bottom lane. If that goes undefensed, they will lose Nexus turrets. I wonder why XDG is so forward in this game, unless they are planning on a full-up turret dive. Their only ultimate that is up right now is, well, ManCloud's ultimate just came up, but it was Dragon's Kick and the Shockwave. Of course, they have to back away. It's too dangerous for them to be up there.
Yep, all of Curse's just ticked up this second.
Yes.
Significantly lower ult cooldowns for Curse here by a pretty major margin. XDG did get positioned to sweep away the Baron wards, though, so maybe they can set something up for next time.
How long has this siege been going on for?
Like 60 minutes and 59 seconds.
Thanks for that, Rich. But if we think about it, 2 Barons ago, it had happened, and we're almost on the 3rd Baron of this initial siege. XDG has held out for so long, and Zuna just built more damage, and he didn't even go for his effort. He just built another Phantom.
Yes!
So
Love that
you can not get, I don't think you can get more damage on a Sivir at this point from a damage per second format, just auto tech.
My theoretical build.
You want two Infinity Edges.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You'd sell
but
the Rune
he needs
King
the
for
attack
Infinity
speed
Edge.
on Sivir because
Yeah,
it's
he
low
does.
per level but not terrible base.
Yeah, 625 base, not too bad. Finding on a Bunny Fufu. Smithy, it's a trap though. Can he find much more there? Still trying to get tanky. Only a chain vest for his last build. Quas gonna be able to eat this stun in the back of the head. Gonna get locked up. There comes the damage. Quas gets the big ulti. Sheep ults himself.
Zuna's gotta be careful.
Alive. It's gonna be very risky. Bunny Fufu into the back line. Zuna not in a good spot. He's gonna go down. Sheep dropping as well. 2 for 0 in this fight. Bunny Fufu still alive. ManCloud flashing away. Big fight for Curse. 3 for 1 so far. Betty not gonna find anything. ManCloud, the last man alive. Top Zonians, but it's 4 versus 1. Not gonna work for him. Curse finally winning the fight. 62 minutes in. They're gonna close out the game.
62 minutes for that initiation. XDG overcommitted. Zuna was paper in that last fight, and Curse was able to close him down. What a battle for Curse. They come out with the win. Voidboy's happy.
And he did amazingly. 9, 1, and 10 on the mid lane. Lulu, the first pick for the team.